watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
As the crisp air of autumn arrives, there's no better time to add a touch of vintage charm to your home. These ideas bring a sense of nostalgia and warmth, making your space feel cozy and inviting. We'll explore simple, beautiful ways to incorporate vintage elements into your fall decor, using items that are often easy to find and display. Let's dive into some charming vintage fall decor ideas that are perfect for this season. Antique lanterns on the porch. Add an antique lantern to your porch or entryway. Fill it with a fall-scented candle or battery-operated lights to create a welcoming glow. Vintage suitcases as decor pieces. Stack a few vintage suitcases by your front door or in the living room. Top them with a small pumpkin or a vase filled with dried flowers for a unique fall vignette. Old wooden crates for rustic displays. Use old wooden crates as display shelves for your fall decor. Arrange mini pumpkins, pine cones, and vintage books for a charming look. Wicker baskets with cozy throws. Place a few wicker baskets filled with cozy, vintage-style throws in your living room or by the fireplace. These baskets add texture and warmth to any space. Dried flower arrangements in vintage vases. Use vintage ceramic or glass vases to display dried flower arrangements. Choose flowers like hydrangeas, lavender, and wheat for a timeless fall look. Old window frames with fall wreaths. Hang a fall wreath on an old, weathered window frame and use it as a wall decoration. This creates a beautiful, rustic focal point. Vintage enamelware for fall centerpieces. Fill vintage enamelware bowls with small pumpkins, gourds, or acorns. Place these as centerpieces on your dining table or coffee table. Rustic wooden ladders with fall decor. Lean an old wooden ladder against a wall and hang fall-themed blankets or small baskets filled with pine cones and dried leaves on the rungs. Vintage oil lamps on mantles. Decorate your mantle with vintage oil lamps. Add some fall foliage or dried berries around the base for a seasonal touch. Antique trays for displaying seasonal items. Use an antique tray to gather fall items like candles, small pumpkins, and vintage books. This creates a cohesive and charming look. Old mason jars with twinkle lights. Fill old mason jars with twinkle lights and place them around your home for a soft, vintage glow. Vintage quilts on armchairs. Drape a vintage quilt over an armchair or sofa for a pop of color and a touch of coziness. Rustic wooden signs with fall sayings. Hang a rustic wooden sign with a vintage-inspired fall saying above your fireplace or in your entryway. Vintage books tied with twine. Stack a few vintage books and tie them together with twine. Add a spray of dried wheat or lavender for a simple, elegant display. Enamel pitchers with autumn foliage. Fill a vintage enamel pitcher with branches of autumn foliage and place it on a side table or mantel. Old farm tools as wall decor. Hang an old rake or pitchfork on the wall and decorate it with a garland of fall leaves or dried corn husks. Tin buckets with fall florals. Use vintage tin buckets to hold fall florals like sunflowers, mums, and marigolds. Place them on your porch or in your kitchen for a cheerful touch. Vintage tablecloths in autumn colors. Use a vintage tablecloth in rich autumn colors for your dining table. Pair it with simple white dishes and a fall centerpiece. Decorative vintage scales with mini pumpkins. Display mini pumpkins or gourds on the trays of a vintage kitchen scale for a unique kitchen decor piece. Antique mirrors with fall garlands. Hang a fall garland around an antique mirror for a beautiful reflection of the season's colors in your home. We hope these vintage fall decor ideas inspire you to bring a touch of nostalgia and warmth into your home this season. By using vintage items, you can create a cozy, welcoming atmosphere that celebrates the beauty of autumn in a timeless way. Enjoy decorating and making your home a true reflection of the season's charm.